I'm Lisa with Do Yoga with Lisa. I'm going to break down a very common pose, forward fold. So you'll see this in almost every yoga class you go to in some variation. See it standing, seated. So really one of my favorite poses because it's great for stretching hamstrings, back of the legs, low back, but it's also the most common pose for injury. So we're going to walk through how to meet yourself where you're at in your forward fold. So starting at the front of your mat, taking blocks if you have them. If you don't, you can use books or boxes of any sort that are nice and stable. Feet about hips width apart. Inhale, arms up overhead. And in classes, you'll either see some people take the arms out to the side and hinge, or palms come together and fold. For first try, we're going to just take our hands to our hips. We want to get this action of tipping the pelvic bowl and really keeping our tailbone up to help flatten the low back. So go ahead and just take a second and rock back and forth. Tucking the pelvis, untucking. Great job. Go ahead and poke the tailbone up just a little bit, belly button to spine. And then fold forward. Bringing your hands to the blocks or supports. Flat low back, crown of the head pushing forward. And really here we should already start to feel a hamstring stretch. You can see my legs aren't completely straight and I already feel one. The goal here is not to get completely straight legs. The goal is to feel a stretch through the back of the legs, low back, without harming the back. Now often what I see is people starting to round already here. So as we start to go into a full forward fold, you can keep the blocks, keeping that hinge at the hip. You can take the blocks away, bending into the knees, melting the stomach on the thighs. But what I don't want to see is you trying to get so straight in the legs that we're sacrificing in the low back and doing this candy cane back. I honestly don't even like to impersonate it because it hurts so bad. So that's where I hurt my low back. I spent my first month of yoga teacher training in a back brace because I was going from candy cane back to super big back bends, and it was basically treating my spine like a paper clip that I was bending back and forth. So this bend doesn't come from the low back, it comes from a hinge at the hip. If you've ever done deadlifts or anything like that, think more like that. And then relaxing, melting stomach onto the knees. Bend into the knees as much as you need to get contact between stomach and thighs. Crown of the head relaxes down towards the earth, back of the neck long. Maybe shake the head yes, stretching out the back of the neck. You'll often see where people will grab onto opposite elbows and sway a little side to side. And then careful as you release and come back up here, a lot of us can get a little dizzy. So gently releasing the hands and rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders up to the ears and down the back. Always take as much time as you need coming out of this pose. Give it a try with blocks, bending into the knees. See if it makes this pose a little bit more accessible for you. We don't want to rush the hamstrings or hurt the low back in order to try to get that forward fold. So the goal is not to get the head to the legs, the goal is to feel a stretch. So as long as you're finding that without hurting yourself, then we can keep practicing and keep our practice healthy and strong for years to come. Again, I'm Lisa with Do Yoga with Lisa. Enjoy forward folding. Namaste.